The second type of bankruptcy we're going to talk about is a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. In a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, it's often referred to as a reorganization bankruptcy, in that you're going to try to pay your creditors. A lot of people call it a wage earner bankruptcy, but the legal term is reorganization. Now, in a reorganization bankruptcy, there are three reasons you might want to file a reorganization. The first reason is you're required to file a reorganization bankruptcy because you don't qualify for the better type of bankruptcy, the Chapter 7. Bankruptcy Code has determined that some people must file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy if they earn more than the average person. So let's say the average person in Florida earns $43,000. That's an average number. That number, if you earn above that number, you would be expected to file the Chapter 13 bankruptcy. If you earn less than that number, you do qualify for the Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now, that $43,000 number I talked about fluctuates depending on some things you pay for. Your house, or your car, or charitable contributions. So that number changes a little bit, but for our purposes we're going to say on a means test, a test that you do if you earn more than the average person, you're expected to pay for your debts in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Another reason you might want to file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy is that you have assets you want to protect, like a second car, or a second house, or stocks, or bonds, or bank accounts. This is property that in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy can be taken away from you. So very often you would say, you know what, I want to keep my property, and how I'm going to keep my property is I'm going to pay my creditors to make it fair. So let's say specifically you have a boat worth $10,000 that you want to keep. You can keep that boat in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, but you got to pay that value of the boat, the $10,000, to your creditors. That's a payment plan bankruptcy, and you would pay your creditors $10,000 because you want to keep your boat. The third reason you would file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy is it is a forced payment plan bankruptcy. So let's say you're behind on your house, or your car, or some other property collateral that you want to keep. You can force your creditors to work with you. So very specifically, let's say you're $20,000 behind in your house payment. You want to keep your house. And your mortgage company, let's say it's Wells Fargo, wants $20,000 or they're going to foreclose on your house. What you can do is file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, stop that foreclosure, and force Wells Fargo to take a payment plan on that $20,000 you're behind. Payment plan you can pay for up to 60 months in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. So Chapter 13, just to remember, is a payment plan bankruptcy. You're expected to pay. Got to be a wage earner, got to earn wages or have some other income that you can use to pay your debts. Three reasons to file. Number one, you're required to. You earn too much money to file the better type of bankruptcy, the Chapter 7. Number two, you have property you want to keep, stocks, bonds, second car, second house. Or third, you have property where you're in foreclosure or it's in danger of being repossessed and you need a payment plan to catch up with that creditor. Again, Chapter 13, a repayment plan.